Well, hello there, everyone. It is Wacky Wednesday, March the 29th of 2023. Hopefully you're doing outstanding. I'm going to tell you why it is critically important that you start investing as young as possible. If you have kids, once they're like, say, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, please start talking to them about investing. Got to save money to invest, okay? And Wealthfront, I have the link below, 4.8 interest if you follow that link. Okay, and remember, when I get started, my disclaimer. I'm Mazske Finance, currently coming to you from South Florida, and yes, I got an email from you yesterday, young lady. Congratulations on being a musician. Anyway, I will email you back soon. But I'm Mazske Finance. I am not an attorney, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I am going to talk to you about why it's so important to start investing. You want to hear why? Because your future is not guaranteed. What do I mean by that? I'm not doom and gloom, nothing like that. What I mean by that is if you're 20 years old and you don't want to start investing, or you're 30 and you have not invested, or you're 40 and you have not started investing, do you want to work until you're 75, 80 years old? Or do you want to work and while you're working develop some health issue and die when you're 55 years old without ever having the enjoyment of being financially independent? That's why you have to. It's critical. It's important. You got to do it. You got to start investing. You just have to. Okay? I'm going to run down why I'm talking about this. Just the other day, I had 2 doctor's appointments. I had my general physician, annual physical sort of thing. I had a blood test done. I went to see the doctor, follow up to the blood test, and her words to me for at least one of my tests was, she normally only sees those numbers in somebody in their 20s. As people get older, the numbers keep dropping. By the time they're my age, they're way down. Okay? So various numbers are pretty good. All of my numbers, historically, on a blood test from a doctor have been pretty good. Okay? I'll run down a couple real quick. I debated this. I'm going to tell you something I was diagnosed with from the second doctor. Okay? So stick around. You will hear, even with Mazske, with all of his healthy living, what he was told he might have. Okay? It'll be earth-shattering. Okay. All right, so my test, I'm not going to read through everything. EGFR, that's a kidney type test, I believe. It was 102. That's the one I think, if I remember it right. She said she normally only sees that in like a 20-some-year-old because it deals with your kidneys processing the blood and cleaning it up and that sort of thing, something like that. And normally as you get older, it starts dropping. So I guess my kidneys are working well. My calcium is 9.4, reference range 8.6 to 10.3, so my calcium is good. Hopefully I don't get osteoporosis. My vitamin D was 47. The range is 30 to 100. So her words were something like that. To get a higher would be better. I am in the acceptable range, but to get a higher would be better. And she said the majority of Americans, as I've read so many times, are low in vitamin D. So I am in the okay range, but it'd be good to get it higher. I'm going to skim down. Urinalysis was all good. Cholesterol, 148. Triglycerides, 42. My good-bad cholesterol ratio, good is good, bad is good at the level it's at. Okay. The hemoglobin A1C test, that's to show if you're perhaps a diabetic or not. If you're 5.7 or above, you're pre-diabetic. If you're 6.5 or above, you're diabetic. I'm at a 5.1, so I am good to go there. White blood count, red blood count, all good. All those other tests, good. It's all green. Vitamin B12. I'm at a 249. The range is 200 to 1100. Her recommendation there, and I Googled this and read about it, is even though I'm in the range, it's okay. It would be beneficial to raise it up higher, okay, B12. So far we're at what? Vitamin D and vitamin B12, okay? Recommendations to raise them up. Anything else I want to mention that y'all might know? Everything else was good. All the basic blood tests were good, okay? So what is Mazske talking about? A second doctor, okay? Let me just open something up here. Okay. Oh, real quick here before I get to the second doctor and the diagnosis. Let me see if you can see, yeah, you probably can't see it. I went to the local lab and had 12 tubes of blood taken this morning. And I'm going back tomorrow and getting 12 to 15 more tubes taken. Probably do my left arm tomorrow. And a urine test tomorrow. Okay? This is through, and some of you have been waiting on this, this is through Function Health. Function Health. I will put a link below to their site with what they have available. They are doing over 100 tests. Okay? These tests cover everything that a normal doctor talks about already. Okay? That blood test that most doctors run already. When the doctor ran my test, the vitamin D and the vitamin B12, they were extra. If you're younger, they don't normally run them. It doesn't hurt. If you're younger, I encourage you to ask your doctor to check those levels too. The Function Health, I think it's wise that each and every one of you participate in this. Okay? They say there's a lab within 10 miles of like 80 or 90% of all Americans that can run your test. Okay? It takes place over 2 days. I guess I don't want to take all that blood out in one day. It takes place over 2 days. Okay? So those 100 tests cover a wide variety of different things in your body. And I texted my contact there this morning after I completed the first round of testing. And the missus completed it also. And I was vague. We chit-chatted a little bit via text. And then I said something like, I'm really hoping, I said, I received a diagnosis on Monday. And I'm really hoping with your test that you can find, and from that diagnosis, based on what the doctor told me and based on everything I find online, all they do is treat the symptom. That's all they do. With so many diagnoses, all they do is treat the symptom. They don't find the root cause. Because if you find the root cause, you can perhaps stop this problem, fix this problem, correct this problem. Because for many of us, when we have problems, we might have a mineral deficiency, a vitamin deficiency. We might have Lyme disease. We might have some underlying imbalance in our bodies that we got to correct. And by correcting it, it lowers our blood pressure. It cleans up our skin. It helps our brain. It removes any brain fog that somebody might have. And it prevents a variety of diseases. Okay? So these two blood tests, or 2 days of testing, the 100 plus test, they've told me I will get results probably in about a week, just from the local lab. But then from the functional health group, functional health, is that right? Functional health. They will give me a detailed analysis after a team of physicians review all of my tests. They will explain, I think, in my understanding, every single test, they will give a blurb of what they found. If there's any areas of importance, like grave concern, like emergency, they will call me. A doctor will call me and explain to me exactly what I need to do, and maybe because they're not in my area. I can go to my local doctor and tell them exactly what I need done, if there is anything. But hopefully they'll find just an imbalance. Maybe I'm low on zinc, maybe I'm low on magnesium, because those levels haven't been checked. Maybe I have Lyme disease. I used to spend a lot of time in the mountains, a lot of time hiking in the woods, and I've been bitten by ticks quite a few times. Okay? So moving on, and you can tell I'm delaying this. I'm hesitating on this. Real quick, before I get to the diagnosis. Real quick, this testing of functional health, the link will be below where you can pull it up. The price on it, I know, hold on to your chair. It's $499, $1 less than $500. Okay. If you're working a job and you got a few extra dollars, I encourage you to look at and consider doing this, no matter what your age is. Because if you so desire, what they will do is they do this round of testing now. 6 months from now, we will get tested again. And they say something like 60-some tests. Not the full 100, but 60-some. Okay? Then they'll have a website. They do have a website. We log into it. We can see our results. We can track them. We get tested again. Their hope is that we do this annually so we can track stuff over time. Okay? They're connected with a wellness center up in Lenox, Massachusetts, the Ultra Wellness Center. I think that's what it's called. I'll try to put a link to that one below too. That's a little pricey if you want to pay them a visit. Okay, I told the missus, if we go through this testing and the testing I'm going to tell you about for next week, and if there's something big that's, I think, above the capability of my local doctors here and local doctors anywhere, I'll fly up to Massachusetts and I'll go there. Okay, if I do, I'll tell you about it. Okay, real quick here, then I'll get into what my diagnosis is. Okay, next week we picked next Monday as our start date. I have boxes in a closet right over there for both of us. This test is testing, I think it's 3 different main categories of us on the inside. All of you should consider this test as well. What they are doing is they will test and identify our gut microbiome. They will identify 30 of the most common microbiomes, 15 of the most common good bacteria, 15 of the most common bad bacteria. They'll tell us what our levels are, and hopefully we have a lot of good and less of the bad, but they'll tell us. Okay. How do they do that, you ask? It's a stool test. Okay. I got the stuff here. It's a stool test. We take a little a little tiny sample, and we ship it off to them. It's prepaid for a box. Okay. That it'll be sealed up in. We also they sent us each 5 specially formulated muffins. They're in my freezer currently. I got to take them out and thaw them over the weekend. And these muffins have, in my opinion, they're high in sugar, high in fat, and they got, they're not healthy muffins, but I'm looking forward to eating them. But they're not healthy. We'll eat 3 for one meal, 2 for another meal, breakfast and lunch. And we have in the box a continuous glucose monitor, CGM. It'll go in the back of one of our arms. And we will monitor how we respond to both the sugar and the fat in these muffins. Okay, we'll write down the numbers, put it on an app. I got an app on my phone, and then we will wear the CGM for the next 2 weeks. And they encourage us to log everything we eat and record our response to it, because nutrition is individualized, it's personalized. I've talked about kiwi and I've talked about other healthy stuff, right? If you watch my videos. But I may eat a kiwi and you may eat a kiwi, and maybe my sugar level spikes to here. But maybe when you eat a kiwi, your sugar level spikes to here. And when I come down off of it, because we all respond to any kind of sugar, when I come down, I just go to my baseline. But maybe when you come down, you go below your baseline. It's a crash, okay? If you know that, then you would stop eating kiwi. Maybe when I eat the mango, it does that. It spikes me up and it crashes me down. So knowing that, I minimize eating mangoes. You minimize eating kiwi. I eat more kiwi. You eat more mangoes. It's more personalized because we're all different. We all can respond differently to all different types of food. Now, with that being said, you can generalize and say kiwi and mangoes are healthy for everybody, but break it down individually, and we're all different. With everything, with walnuts, with this, with that, with everything, okay? So they will test our sugar level and our fat level. It's pretty amazing. The cost of that, it's just a little bit cheaper than the $4.99, I think. You got to buy the kit, which I think was, don't hold me to this. I'll put a link below, but don't hold me to this. I think it was $294, I think. And then you get a subscription, which you can get it for 1 month, 4 months, or 12 months. The price drops the longer it is. If it's 1 month, I might get these prices wrong, $49 a month. If it's 4 months, it's $39 a month. If it's 12 months, it's $29 a month. And if you get that subscription, then you can log into their website. All of your data that you input and everything that when they analyze it, they'll email you a report or mail you a report, I don't know which one they do. You'll get feedback after they get your testing samples, like the stool sample. You'll get all that. But on the website, then it all goes up there when you log into your account, and you can see it. And if you remember, I'll let you know how it plays out, because until I get the testing done for both of these companies, I can't log into their website. Once the testing has been submitted, then I'll get access to log in. Okay. All right. So you ready for the breaking news? I don't like talking about this kind of stuff, actually, but I share everything, don't I? So, because it's embarrassing to me. The reason is I have tried to live healthy all my life. I have eaten healthy. I have exercised ever since I was a young man. Okay? I cleaned myself up a lot from when I was a teenager. I was wild as a teenager. Went to the Navy when I was 19. A little wild in the beginning, but then I cleaned myself up. I haven't eaten healthy all those years by any stretch of the means. But I ate healthier than the average American, but not like I am now. I still ate at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Hardee's or any place like that. I get a burger, fries, big roast beef sandwich, barbecue, subs, anything and everything. I loved ice cream. I would eat a ton of ice cream. I love fruit, sweet stuff. I had something pop up in front of me there. Sweet stuff, pastries, cheese danishes, love them. I love sweets. But over these years, I tried to eat broccoli. I started drinking green tea a long time ago, 1 cup a day. So I've always drank green tea. I've always drank coffee. But I would try to eat the occasional salad. But there were times I'd buy a couple bags of salad and we'd throw some out because they'd start rotting in the fridge because we didn't eat them. Because we were eating the pizza and the spaghetti and the fish and the steak and the ribeye on the grill. We're eating that kind of stuff. Okay? I've minimized my drinking ever since my early 20s. I've kept it minimal. I smoked a bit as a teenager, like 2 packs a day for a period of years. But I quit. Haven't touched one since. Okay? And I've exercised. I have lifted weights more times than the majority of you have ever done it, because I'm older than you. I have walked more steps or run more steps. I've run 5K races. I've run 10K races. I walk daily pretty much since I've been down here. My goal is 10,000 steps a day. I've done 20,000 steps before. I have some days I might do 7,000 steps, but my goal is 10,000 steps a day. I don't always make it. So what is Mazske babbling about here? Okay, here we go. 2 words. And I don't know how you'll think about this, but you might think that's it, but it bothers me. Okay. First word is stasis. S-T-A-S-I-S. Stasis. The next word is dermatitis. D-E-R-M-A-T-I-T-I-S. You've probably never heard of it. I hadn't either. But I've seen this before on old people. What it is, I asked the dermatologist. My second doctor was a dermatologist. I asked them about something I started seeing just in the past couple weeks on my lower shin ankle area. It was some discoloration, a little bit darkness. Okay. And it just started occurring, which leads me to think there might be a connection to something else. And real quick before I tell you more about it, I was on omeprazole, which is a PPI, proton pump inhibitor for gastric reflux. The doctor, when he gave it to me, was treating me for the symptom, not the cause. Okay? So many doctors do that. I'll rant against doctors. So many doctors will treat you for the symptom, not the cause. Okay? When I talked to this doctor, because I came home that day from a colonoscopy and an endoscopy and all that stuff, and after I sobered up from the medication, I Googled the medication and I was like, whoa, there's some nasty, nasty, nasty side effects from this. Like, it messes you up. It blocks your acid production in your stomach. So it fixes the gastric reflux because you no longer have acid. You need acid. You need it to digest your food. You need it to help you absorb minerals. Okay? So I called him up and I was like, I don't want to be on this stuff. And he said, you need to be on it. And I said, how long did he said, how long did I get to take it? He said 3 years, every day for 3 years. I said, I'm not going to do it. And he said, Maskey, you're on a very low dose. There's people that get 60 or 40, you're on 20. He said, tell you what, try it every other day. Every other day, not every day, every other day. If you have any issues, start taking it every day, but if you don't, do it every other day. I said, okay. So I've been taking it every other day since last April. And in recent months, as I found these two websites and I found YouTube channels and I read different books, I found out how bad this medication is. It causes fractures in bones in people. It screws up their gut microbiome, which causes imbalance in their body. So I weaned myself off of it. If you Google weaning yourself off of omeprazole, you will find horror stories how people react in a terrible, terrible way. And then they go right back on it because they can't handle it. I got off of it. My last pill I took was March the 1st, so it's been about a month. I got this, what this is, this stasis dermatitis. This came about after me discontinuing that medication. I think there's a connection. So I'm thinking, once my body gets itself fixed out from this medication, I think it should be completely out of my system by now. It's the end of the month. It's been a month. That my body will fix itself up, I hope. I hope it's not something that I'll continue. But that's the beauty of these blood tests. If they find some sort of imbalance, if they find I'm low on zinc, magnesium, whatever it may be, or they can point me in the right direction. Okay? But what this is, if you don't know, you can Google it. It is blood. It's circulation problems is what it is. It's bad circulation. What? Maskey works out, lifts weights, does body weight exercise, can do the plank, can do 100 crunches. He walks every single night, and he has circulation problems. That's what they're telling me. But what it does is blood pools down near your foot, most commonly, and it causes darker splotches. Mine's small. Mine's light. I noticed it right when it was beginning because I don't normally have that kind of stuff. So as I found out, dermatologists will diagnose this. Dermatologists will tell you, elevate your feet when you can to drain blood back down. Wear compression socks, like tight-fitting socks, to push the blood up. That's not fixing the problem. That's treating the symptom. That's not fixing the problem. When I Google it and dig around, all it says is eat healthy, exercise. It's not telling you what exactly you got to do though. So with functional health, my hope is that they will find some underlying something that can point me in the right direction. Because is this going to kill me? Maybe. I don't know. You can't, because if it gets worse, what happens is more blood pools up there. You get sores, you get ulcers, they can get infected, then you get amputated. Maskey needs his feet. So I am bound and determined. I am going to fix this. Bound and determined. I am, if you know anything about me, I guarantee you nobody out there has watched every one of my videos. But if you know anything at all about me, and if you watch all my videos, you will learn everything about me. I have shared everything almost. And but if nothing else, you will find out Maskey has inner self-motivation. If I want to do something, when I started buying rental property, and I realized how good it was, I went 0 to 25 in 4 years. When I started buying stocks, individual stocks, and I learned more about it, and I followed the Motley Fool, and I had a great return, I was bound and determined to do better. I got 18% annualized from 2005 to 2018 and 100% 2019 and 2020. So when Maskey says he's going to fight this problem and get it figured out and fixed, he will do what he can. But there's no guarantee. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for none of us. So that's why, to bring it back home and wrap up this long video, that's why we all have to invest. I don't care who you are. Unless you got a trust fund of $5 million or something, but we all got to invest. right? Right. Let me know what you think below. Let me know. Maybe you got this problem. Maybe you're interested in those links I'll put below. If I forget, because sometimes it might be a little while till I upload this. If I forget to put the link, remind me. Shoot me an email. Email is always in the description below. And young lady who emailed me, I will respond to you soon. All right. Have a great day. Enjoy your Wednesday, your Thursday, whatever day you watch this video. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully you sign up for one or both of those tests as well. It could change your life. Mazske signing out.